Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the chat room. This is Shae Davis. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And over here, we're going to handle our business first. So let's go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Hit that notification bell so when we're in the chat room, you're in the chat room right along with us. And then hit that, make a comment below. I forgot what I was saying, child. And like the video. Okay, you know, as I was sitting up here thinking about us as some women, I just was thinking about the beginning of a relationship and everything is, all good, in the honeymoon stage of a relationship. And I thought about how we are always willing to settle. And I don't know if guys do this as well, but I think it's more us as females. We could be talking to somebody and we really like that person. We could be talking to them for a week and we already claiming them as our man. I think we have fantasies like where it's going to go. From the time we meet somebody, we just get ahead of ourselves. I don't know if that's a loyal part of women. Not everybody. Nobody 100% loyal on man or woman side, either one. But for those people who are, for the majority of them, most likely majority of the women are the loyal type of women. Unless, when you've been hurt, you can't gauge it, honey. You'll say something, you ain't going to do this, you ain't going to do that. But, honey, if you hurt, you capable of doing whatever. And that's the truth. So, but I'm talking about when we are fully, aware, not necessarily coming right out of another relationship, but just, out here living life, we have a tendency to want to lock the relationship down. We have a tendency to want to be faithful even before we even know this is our true man. He ain't proclaimed you as his woman. He ain't said none of that. We already being loyal. We already in our mind and envision us being together, us introducing them to our parents, family, friends, whatever. Kind of introducing them to our circle. I don't know why we do that. Because half the time when these men meet us, they still vetting us. They trying to figure out. And I think they know now before we know if they want you for a lifetime. They know if they want to ask you to marry them. There's no such thing as no man need no 5 years to figure it out. There is no such thing. I think the man know in the first 6 months whether or not he wants to be with you. And on a permanent basis, if he want to ask you to be his wife. I know for a fact they know. When you are dating and you have a certain age and you've dated a man, I would say over 30. Really want to say 25, but I'm going to give it 30. If you over 30 and you dating a man over a year and he don't know about where you stand in his life, then that tells you everything you need to know. When people don't say stuff outright to you, it tells you everything you need to know about where you stand in their life. A man for sure. Men are they know exactly what they want. They see a woman, they want a woman. Guess what? They're going to lock that down. They'll get in a committed relationship with you just so the next man don't get you. I know that for a fact too. So if your man and you've been dating him for over a year and you don't know where y'all stand, then that's not your man. As simple as that. He is not your man. He's your man, probably somebody else's man, but he's not your man. It don't take a man that long. Now financially and stuff, now I can respect a man. Now, if he's not ready to make that leap, then okay, well then that's different. That's a whole different subject. But if he financially got his stuff together, and can provide on that level, and he's not making you a wife after a year, that's an issue. Now when men don't have their financial stuff together, then they a little bit more reserved, they're a little bit more reserved before they try to make somebody their wife, because they want to have their ducks in a row, being able to provide. That's called being a responsible man. Now, if that's the case, then yeah, you can go and wait. You can go and wait, let him get his bag up, and that's different. But if a man has already got his own place, got a nice job, got everything, and he don't let you know where y'all stand in the year, then honey, don't waste 2 years. Don't waste 2 years. You got to make a decision for you. And you can go and hang around if you want to. But if he really wants you around, he going to put a ring on it. Not just put a ring on it. He gonna want to put a ring on it. You shouldn't have to ask about it. You shouldn't have to do any of that. That'll be an automatic. Any man who want a woman gonna come out. They hunters. They hunters by nature. So honey, when they find a good one, they want to lock it down. I promise you, you ain't got to give him no guidance. You ain't got to give him no hint. You ain't got to give him none of that. You ain't got to ask him for nothing because he going to be willing and ready to give it. And I'm telling you this, women, stop trying to save these men. Stop trying to save these men. Because a man going to have to feel like a man on every level. You can't be, oh, that's all right. You know, I'll pay this and I'll pay that, and he not do that. Because at some level, you buying his manhood, and it's up for sale. If he allow you to pay all the bills, and he just sit at the house, whatever, he just sold his manhood to a woman. Because y'all know how we are. We can take over. We will take over. If you give us an inch, we gonna take the whole mile. Might take the whole side of this country. But either way, you give woman a little bit, we gonna take over. So I even tell my sons to this day, don't let no woman go in and you know, you place your masculinity is not for sale unless you make it for sale. It ain't no reason why she should be paying all no bills. It ain't no reason why. I'm very old school, so I do believe in, you know, you help as a female. I help you, but ultimately, when you take on a wife, you take it on a wife. So which means you can afford your wife. If she don't work another day, you can afford it. Now, in this day and time, two incomes is better than one, and it's different from how like I grew up. But you as a man, don't switch that masculinity part off for yourself. Hold yourself to a higher standard, and you as a man say, I'm going to take a wife on when I can afford to. Because once she had them kids, I'm telling you, it ain't no woman who want to be pulled away from her kids. Not in reality. And she'll do it because if y'all need something that's different. But if she had a choice, most women want to stay home with their kids and rear their kids, especially until they, you know, get of age. Yeah. I've never met a woman who didn't want to stay home with her kids. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't know everybody in the world, but I've never met a woman who didn't have that natural instinct, who, motherhood and want to, to rear and see first steps and do all those things that you do when you at home with your kids and rearing them. So if your manhood is up for sale, then you go ahead and agree to that, because I'm telling you, a woman, if she tell you in the beginning, oh, I'll take you, don't worry about it, I got you and all of that, that's temporary. A woman shouldn't have to carry you at all. Outside of your mama putting you on your hip when you, 1 or 2, 3 years old, no woman should be carrying no man. And I'm serious. Because when I put my babies off my hip at 2 and 3 years old, guess what? They've been walking ever since. And my expectation is for them to keep on walking and handling themselves like they should. And I ain't seeing no women to go out here and just be, like, you should have your bag when he meets you. So anything else, it'll be y'all decision together, whether or not when y'all have y'all children, that you stay at the house and he go out and work. But I feel like every man who put themselves in a position that the woman is carrying all the weight of the relationship financially, I feel like you selling a piece of your masculinity. And when she go ahead and talk to you, when stuff get bad, you know how we can bring stuff up, baby, from way back when she bring it up and throw it up in your face, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Because you know as a man, you ain't supposed to be, she ain't supposed to carry out the weight. We're not even designed to carry weight like that. Not the weight and the stress of the world, we're not. So please don't act shocked. Don't say nobody demasculating in you guys and all that. Don't say that. Please don't say that. Because if you have sold your own masculinity to the woman because you letting her carry the weight of the relationship, you know how hard it is out in the world. And you as a man shouldn't even want her to put that kind of weight on her own shoulders. So you selling it. You selling it. Now there are some flip side of this. There are some women who will just whether you're doing what you're supposed to do or not. There are some women that's going to dominate and just going to do what you want to do. But if you got a feminine woman and really in femininity, she going to let you be that man. She going to fall back and let you do all of that as long as you got the best interest of the family at hand. And you making good choices for the both of y'all. And that's the only time. So if you got here in these streets and just making selfish choices and things like that, but you got to be able to take care of home first. And for those who trying to halfway take care of home and call yourself trying to have a side chick, you can't even afford that. So you, and my thing is, if you're going to have a side chick, then she need to have her side man. And if you ain't down with that, then don't do it. So that's called karma. That's called karma. If you want it back, go and give it. Because I'm trying to tell these men out here, you cannot do the get back like a woman. You cannot do the get back like a woman. Please believe what I tell you. And it takes a lot for a woman to get there because we're so loyal in the beginning. But when you spend time with a man and he done showed you that he ain't the man you thought he was, we be in such denial that we will stay with that man. We will be behind that man, praying for that man, hoping for that man, just hanging in there until you just got us tired. And once we tired, honey, nobody can't even pour no energy on you for you to get right. Nobody can pour no energy on you for you to want that man back. Because once we turn, we turned. I don't think I've ever just turned and just be like, oh, I made a mistake. Because it takes me a lot to turn. So, anyway, I don't even know what got me all worked up tonight. So, anyway, if you guys came in late, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'm sure I'll be back tomorrow with a whole nother subject. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I love ya.